Hey, it's another beautiful episode of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. You're in for a treat today because this is indeed The Rundown with Ramon. All we ask is give or take about 30 minutes of your time to give you the top things you need to know to live your best life or start or grow your business. I'm an entrepreneur, five-time serial entrepreneur who started a few companies, sold a few companies, authored several books, and I do a little bit of a lot of things. A motivational keynote speaker, working with small businesses to help build their brands and more. And this is The Rundown with Ramon. Let's get started on our first rundown tip. Ding, 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 ding. Business liabilities every owner should know about. Now, this is going to get a bit techie, a bit wonky, but I want you to stay tuned. Understanding what liabilities are and things in the financial aspect of your business is important, writes Jamie Johnson of Business News Daily. As a business owner, it's likely that you already have some liabilities related to your company. Any debt that your business owes or amount it's expected to pay is a liability. While liabilities are usually fiscal, the term could also refer to any other type of obligation that your business has. Liabilities are used in key ratios to help determine your organization's financial health. So let's dive into today and understand one, what are small business liabilities and assets? Now, in the accounting world, assets, liabilities, and equity make up the three major categories of your business's balance sheet, says this article here in Business News Daily. Now, business balance sheet, of course, is a financial statement that reveals what? How your business is doing at the end of an accounting period. So it's important to understand this. To make sure your business is on the right track, you should keep an eye on the liabilities, what you owe, and assets, the money or the wealth that your business has. This is important. So what are liabilities? Liabilities include your business's current debts as well as the amounts it will be responsible for in the future. Loans, legal debts, and obligations that arise from normal business operations are all liabilities. Now, there's a few different types of liabilities. There's your current liabilities, debts that need to be repaid within the year, like credit lines, loans, salaries, etc. There's your non-current liabilities, loans that usually take more than a year to repay, like mortgages or bonds. And there's the contingent liabilities. These are liabilities that depend on the outcome of a future event, like settlements from a lawsuit. So this is what it is. And there's various ways to consider this. Now, there's different types of ratios you want to understand as well. Current ratio, current assets divided by current liabilities. Quick ratio, current assets minus inventory. Cash ratio, cash and cash equivalents divided by current liabilities. Now, I suspect your eyes are glazing over, but these concepts are important to understand because it impacts the cash flow of your business. Another concept, the difference between an expense and a liability from our friends at Business News Daily. An expense is an operational cost that a company incurs to generate revenue. Unlike liabilities, expenses are directly tied to a firm's revenue. Expenses and revenues are listed on an income statement, but not on a balance sheet. So it's important you understand an expense and a liability. Again, an expense is an operational cost that a company incurs to generate revenue. So, for example, let's say the video software that you're using, which helps you make money for your clients, that's more like an expense. But a liability is more so you getting a loan to rent a building out, kind of tied to the overhead costs. So I don't want to mess this up too much. But what I want to introduce you to, understanding what a business liability is and how it works. I'm going to pause right there because I recommend you get with your accountant and ask them to give you the 101 on business liabilities, or check this out from our friends at Business News Daily. Ding, 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 ding. 3 words that will totally change the way you work. Our friends at Fast Company. Natalie Nixon says we're on the threshold of the imagination era. It's important to know how to tap yours to change the way you work. This is an important concept. The aspect of imagination. The imagination is creativity's fuel. And if you're not dreaming, if you're not imagining, it's not good. So, how are some ways that you can unstick your mind to be more creative? One is through play. The author's form of play is by dancing. Number two, the simple act of daydreaming. While others may advocate meditation and focusing your brain, I zag away and lean into daydreaming. I try to take 1 5-minute daydream break daily to spark the imagination. Travel. When I'm in a foreign place, a new neighborhood, another city, or a different country, all my senses come alive and my curiosity is piqued. I get to dig into the role of being an anthropologist. My assumptions about what's normal are challenged, and I learn a lot about myself in the process. Number 4, read fiction. A 2016 study by Yale researchers showed that reading fiction up to 3.5 hours per week could increase longevity by 2 years. So reading fiction can help because you dream. The point is, have you lost your creativity? Have you lost your desire to imagine and explore the impossible? Explore what more you can do. I hope you haven't, because learning to dream is an important aspect of entrepreneurship. And the moment you learn how to dream is the moment I would dare say, are you still ready to be an entrepreneur? Ding, 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 ding. Grow your business using TikTok with these tried and true tips. Listen, TikTok is here. It's, whether it's going to go away, whether it's going to stay, I don't know. But TikTok is important. And there's ways you can consider growing your business with the power of TikTok. And the bottom line is this. Whether you're a solo business, a growing business, the power of social media is important. And part of the allure or part of the use of leveraging the power of TikTok is over and over and over is the consistency that you get from using it over and over and over again, being short, being relevant, to the point, being engaging, and right off the top, it's so important to let people know what this video will cover, because the people's attention span are very, very short. And if you don't catch them right at the top, it's kind of no bueno season for you. Ding, 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 ding. So next up is AI. We've touched on this in the past, and we're going to keep touching on it. How AI can optimize your sales journey and create customer loyalty. I want to dive into that from noobpreneur.com, N-O-O-B Reneur, noobpreneur.com. How AI can optimize your sales journey and create customer loyalty. So this is important as we look into AI, which is being used by so many people. But number one way you can use AI is simply to transform the sales landscape. There's so many AI sales tools out there that will help you get closer to your customers, help you find and identify new customers. Number 2, lead scoring and prioritization. Can you use AI, put the correct data in real time to analyze customer behavior, purchase history, and online interactions to identify leads with high sales potential, empowering your sales team to prioritize your sales efforts. Number 3, personalized outreach and communication. What can you do to personalize how your sales team works? Gone are the days of generic sales pitches that fall on deaf ears. AI can analyze customer data to understand their specific needs and preferences. This allows you to tailor your communication and outreach with personalized messaging and relevant product recommendations. Predictive analytics for sales forecasting. Traditionally, sales forecasting has often relied on intuition or gut feeling. AI sales tools offer a more data-driven approach, so being able to predict what's coming in the future based on past sales data. Building a strong sales data foundation, the fuel for AI. AI can help your business provide better, accurate insights, personalized interaction with your customers, predictive power. You're hearing this over and over again. This aspect of predictivity is a very important part of AI. Optimizing the sales journey with AI from lead generation to customer retention. So there's many things you can do as if you decide that, hey, listen, let me bring AI into my sales pipeline. It can definitely help you do that. Don't ignore it. Ding, 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 ding. How to perform effective risk management during event planning. I've done many events, and there's a lot of risks that can go with doing a great event. But as you're doing an event, you want to think about what can go wrong, what can go right, and how to mitigate that risk. So 1, identifying potential risks when event planning. The good old SWOT analysis comes into play here. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats that can change that can affect, that can hinder your event. Number two, a pestle analysis. Never heard of that one. Performing a political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental assessment that may impact your event. Risk matrices. Once you've identified the potential risk and relevant to your situation, you can plot the likelihood of these risks occurring against their likely impact. So to plot the risks and then determine what's the likelihood they can happen. So what do you do next? Put together a good team, perform assessments, and determine solutions. This is an important part to do it as you're considering your event and the risks that could or could not be there. Do you have insurance in case things go wrong? And last but not least, I don't want you to sit into a panic. What I do want you to do is turn the challenges you may face into opportunities and get to the next level. If you're just joining, once again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. All we ask is a bit of your time to give you the top things you need to know to live your best life and start or grow your business. So thanks for being here at the Rundown with Ramon. Let's go on to our next tip of the day, and that is ding, 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 10 distractions that kill workplace productivity. Woo! This is good from Brandy Calero Holmes, a contributing writer. Employees can get sidetracked by wildly different things, and even the slightest threat to an employee's attention span can tank an otherwise productive workday. So what are some things that are distractions? Top workplace distractions are your cell phone, internet browsing, gossip, social media, email, conversations with coworkers, meetings, smoke or snack breaks, noisy coworkers, sitting in a cubicle. If you don't want to be distracted at work, you may want to consider some things you can do to operate and be less distracted. You probably have to have your cell phone near you, but you don't have to look at it all the time. Social media is great, but you can limit browsing. Email's great. Filter things you don't need to another folder. Have conversations with coworkers, yes, but limit them so you're not consumed all the time and talking with them, because there's a lot of things you can do, even just being in a cubicle and twirling around your chair at work. That in itself can be a distraction. Ding, 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 ding. A new tool here called Listy is a simple, free way to share recommendations with friends. Real cool. It's called Listy, and this is from Jeremy Kaplan at Fast Company. Listy is a free and simple app for making lists of your favorite things. It automatically includes related images like book or album covers. You can create shareable visual lists with a free app on Mac, iOS, or Android. It's a handy way to quickly share recommendations with friends. Create lists of your favorites, your favorite album, favorite books, favorite movies, favorite TV shows, video shows, and more. And by the way, Amazon has just their favorite recommendations, and I'm sure others do as well. So just wanted to clue you into a new cool tool called Listy, Listy. You can check that out on your favorite app store. Coming up next, ding, 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 ding. By the way, are you enjoying the Rundown with Ramon? Is it helping you? Are these tips giving you some inspiration, a sparkle, something to think about and go, ooh, that was good? Well, here's one more for you. When is it time to use your line of credit? This is an interesting article by Ami Kosser of Multifunding. It says, I recently advised a friend whose party and event business tends to be slow in the first quarter. Although she has a line of credit, she has been hesitant to tap it. As a result, she has had many sleepless nights. So when do you use your line of credit? Entrepreneurs can get into trouble when they use their lines of credit for the wrong reasons. If you're investing in a business that involves some risk and needs capital to grow, you might consider term debt. But if you use up your line of credit for the wrong reasons and suddenly need cash, you now have a problem. As a reminder, a good rule of thumb, says Ami Kosser of Multifunding, a good rule of thumb is this. A good rule of thumb for lines of credit is 10% of your top line sales or 85% of your account receivables and inventory. I also explain different types of lines of credit in a future post. So lines of credit are not bad. Lines of credit can definitely help your business grow and get to the next level. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Dealing with frustration. Woo! We all face some sort of frustration, says our friends at stevekeating.me. All frustrations are self-induced. The outside world can invite us to become upset, but we ultimately accept the invitation. Acknowledge your emotions, take a step back, analyze the situation, focus on what you can control, seek solutions, take action, practice self-care, and seek support. We all go through some type of frustration, right? Steve Keating at stevekeating.me. The question is, how do you deal with it when frustration comes your way? And hopefully you don't let it get the most of you. 6 tips for creating a business marketing plan. Business marketing plans are important, and I think sometimes that's something we may have gotten lost of, but there's a few things we can do on that, says Sean Peak, about creating a business marketing plan. So how do you develop this? 1, an executive summary can help to summarize what the reader will read. Number 2, have you identified who your target market is, who you're really marketing to? Number 3, differentiate your brand with inbound marketing to get people coming to your site, not necessarily you chasing people. Identify competitors that also target your customers. Number 5, state your brand position for your target customers. Number 6, budget the plan and understand what the business plan is all about. What's the marketing like? Who are the customers like? How are you going to make sales? What kind of teams do you need? These are some things you want to include in a marketing plan. Now, that's a marketing plan, of course, in general, but I also suggest, as this one does, focus on a business marketing plan. These things are important to get you focused and take you to the next level. Listen, if you've enjoyed this episode, this is The Rundown with Ramon. You can find this and more information at zoneofgenius.com. And let me remind you, as I talk about in every single episode, I encourage you to be clear on what you really, really want in life and in business. Ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? Do you even want to be in business? Understand, this is not Shark Tank. This is not a TV show. There's no music. There's no soundtrack. There's no commercial break. It's just you and your business. Are you hungry enough to reach the success that you very well deserve to reach in your business? What about your pricing? Is it premium? Or are you the cheapest vendor out there? And ask yourself, what do you do best? Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I'm so glad you're here. Let people know you're watching The Rundown with Ramon. DM me on Instagram. Let me know you're watching The Rundown with Ramon. And I appreciate you being here. Go tell somebody that they matter. Go tell somebody that you care about them, because I care about you. Even though I don't know you per se, you're watching. But if you're out there today, know you're loved, know you're cared, and you should do the same and tell somebody else that as well. Again, this is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Come by and see me at RamonRay.com or zoneofgenius.com. Be blessed and have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you.